this guy. Are you stuck with this old radio in your Honda Sonata? Let's go ahead and turn it into this today. Very excited today. We get to install our brand new iPhone and Android compatible car radio into our 2013 Hyundai Sonata. I'll show you how easy this is. Are you guys as excited as I am to unbox this thing? I've been waiting to do this for a while. All right, here we are. This is gonna look really nice. We're being attacked. Look at this guy. And they're all watching him, right? Here goes the other couple. Would you not be scared as fuck?
Engine 1 is out. Engine 2 is out. Cruz, I'm losing control. I can't control it. It won't recover. Shit.
Ahead, let's get these off. They're a little tougher. Now that we have these removed, you can slip a little screwdriver under here. Get this started on both sides. This little guy right here, you just want to work it in there, get behind it, prop it off there. Same on this side. All right, now that we got it loose, I don't recommend doing that, sticking the screwdriver in there. First try this. Just try to grab it on the bottom here, kind of bring it straight out. May take a little bit, but it seems to come off pretty easily. Voila. As we're looking down from the top of this, we're gonna have to remove several of these plugs. First one's gonna be this guy right here. Just gonna push down on this little tab. We'll wiggle about. There's a little tab on the top of this that you're gonna have to press down while pulling this one out. All right, same process with these guys. All right, now that we have all of our wiring disassembled, I'm gonna pull the faceplate off. Next up, we're gonna have to remove this guy right here. All right, we've got our same 8mm head. You can do this with a screwdriver too as well. I'm gonna remove these 4 bolts. So we removed all 4 bolts. This thing should come out pretty straight. Now all we got to do is remove the wiring on the back side here. We're going to start removing our wiring here on the back side. It's our antenna. This little button, this little purple guy, you got to slide him back to get him off. So we have him out. Here's our old unit. And here is new unit. We're gonna have to swap a couple of these pieces out. The first one we're gonna have to swap out is this is your hazard light thing. So what you're gonna do, it's got a couple of switches right here on the sides. Pop those, just push this one through. Go. Now before we pop this one into here, you're gonna need to, there's like a little cover plate here. We're gonna need to remove these 2 little screws. All right, so we're gonna take our other button, slide it right in there, and you'll feel it click in place. All right, next up, we're gonna have to swap out our air conditioning controls. We're gonna have to remove those. You're gonna see 4 screws right here. There's also some clips right here and underneath that we're gonna have to bypass at the same time. All we need here is a Phillips head. Get to work. So here's our other AEC controller. Just kind of nicely, gently put it in there. You'll feel it unclip into place. Don't be overly aggressive with it. Okay, looks pretty good. It's actually a really good fit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my screws in. All right, that looks really solid. Looks like it's in there nice and snug. Everything fits nice and perfectly. Mission accomplished. Moving on to these air ducts, air vents right here. We got to remove 4 screws. There's one here. Let's see, there's one right here. I'm sorry, one right there up here as well. So it looks like we have 4 screws in total. And then we have some clips here associated with it. So I'm gonna remove both of these and swap them into our other faceplate. Let's go ahead and put these back in. Just initial impressions, looks really good. Everything seems to fit very well. You can see where this guy comes a little bit over the side of the vent right here, but I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't seem to interfere with any of the buttons or any of the controls. So, you know, everything looks pretty good so far. Now we're gonna go ahead and dive into some of the wiring back here before it goes back into the car.
Open the fuel control door. There should be 5 of them. You see them, sir?
I see him, yeah. Jesus, what a goddamn one.
In this first bag that we had down here on this side, you're going to find 2 USB terminals here. I want you to look very closely. There are pins right here. Here's this one has 6 pins. This one has 4 pins. So that's how we look at the difference. They're going to go right into this top part right here. One of these has 4 pins and one of these has 6 pins. So that's how they go in. Next up, we have our antenna right here where it says antenna. We have a ground pole for us right here. I'm going to plug this one in. This one with the red cap on it, this is going to be for our GPS. So this is going to be this guy right here. We're going to go ahead and put him on. Then let's grab our microphone. Here we are right here. And then you have this other little bundle of cords right here. One of these is going to say mic, and this is the one we want. You're going to take said microphone and plug it into that outlet right there. Now that we've got the microphone attached to this whole guy right here goes into this slot, which is on the left-hand side of our panel. I'm gonna pop all that right in here. Next up, we have, this is for our backup camera. We have this little guy right here. You can count him again. He's got 10 pins. And you're gonna see the 10 pin goes in this far right hand side. We're in the home stretch. We just got this bundle of wires with here. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is so complicated. It is not. All right, we've got one more piece right here. Okay, so we're looking here. We got all these guys, but here we have our, this guy is 10 prong. We got one left right here. He's gonna go in here. Then you've got a black one right here. He's gonna go in here next to this fuse right here. All right. It's all back together, and we got it here back at the car, and it looks really good, fits really well. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and hook it back up and then just make sure everything works. Then you wanna grab your hazard light right here, put it into this one. We ended up not having to use this antenna adapter, so we can just pull this one out, and then your antenna will hook directly into that guy. So let's talk about what some of these leftover wires are. So we have our two big pieces right here. They're gonna fit into this chunky block right here. The antenna obviously is gonna poke right here in our antenna hole. And then we're not gonna need the ground because we have a ground already in the radio. It's already done. And then what I did notice is that we have this guy right here. This was for our passenger seat airbag. So I am gonna have to take out one more piece off the old face and pop this on. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This looks like it just has 4 little screws. Right here, right here, right here, right here. And then this is the piece we want to get out. As you see, I just kind of, I plugged it in and then just kind of wedged it in the back, right back there. Doesn't look like it's going to cause any problems, so I'm just going to leave it right there. The only reason I'm putting that in there is because I feel like it's going to cause a warning as far as the bag is concerned. And I've seen cars not even start up because of something like that. So we're just going to tuck it back here. All right, guys, we've got it back in. I went ahead and hooked up those last 2 pieces. I showed you where they go. I just got everything here just kind of sitting here. Moment of truth. Here we go.
No! No, I belong!
How about that? So everything is a go. We know the microphone works. So we're gonna go ahead and crank up car. I went ahead and installed, hooked together our backup camera. Go ahead and crank up the car. Make sure no warning lights. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Back up. Will kick in. It's not activating for some reason. So that's something we're gonna have to get figured out. Everything is working great on our new console. Now we need to figure out what to do with all of these guys. So that's where we're going to do some work wiring this through. I'll let you know where they end up. All right, so I put my this is your navigation right here. I just ran it kind of right next to it. Once I put the plate on, I'm just going to make sure that the wiring is all good to go. Everything's plugged in. I put the wireless microphone right there, and then I ran it down that seam coming out, and it's going underneath there, and then it's coming up through here, I believe, one of these places right there. All right, and then these 2 charging ports, I'm actually just gonna let these kind of hang out on the side. I'm gonna see where the plate falls. I just put one on either side and left them extended. I don't think that hurts anything. I may decide to change it later, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that for right now. I wasn't able to determine whether or not these 2 wires, which go along with the camera, if I was just able to take a battery and put them up, but I'm pretty positive that these just connect to the tail light, and that the power from the tail light would be enough to go ahead and power the camera as it is. So we're gonna go ahead and push forward in that mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt her in. And everything's all plugged in. I got my little dongles down here, so that all went in. You guys did fantastic. All right, the new car unit is in. You can see it kind of right there. Now we got to tackle is the rear view camera. This is a reminder, I ran the wire underneath this panel right here, and then I think I went down and through here, and then back behind the glove box here, and then through here, ran it underneath this guy right here. You can see the wire, have a little wire sticking out right there. Nothing really visible right there. And then I popped open this part right here, ran it in between there, and then now it's in the back. All right, our wire's coming out through there. Now we're just gonna hook this guy up and into power as well. Underneath the car, if I'm looking at it from underneath the car, if I'm looking for them at the trunk side, is that there is a plug-in right here. I went ahead and took it out, and I spliced this green wire right here, which is the power wire. I went ahead and tested it out. This seems to fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and attach just the red wire to this green wire, and then connect all three of these together. That seems to give me my backup camera power. This is what the end product looks like. Again, I took this out of this little bracket right here, went ahead and grabbed the, I believe it was the green wire here, and then this wire is just clipped off. I had to undo this little guy to get a little bit more space, but other than that, we're all hooked up. The backup camera seems to work. We're gonna see what we can do to install it somewhere up in this area. All right, what I did is I drilled one small hole, just kind of right above that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and slip my camera wire into here and then mount it. All right, so what I did is I drilled two small holes right there. I just had some little steel or some metal screws there that very nicely. So one more time, we've got our power source right here, and then that was the green wire here with this little guy, this little clip right here. And then we went ahead and drilled a hole through that part right there, and then what we ended up with was our camera situated right about here. This is perfect. This is what we're looking for. Tested it out. This all looks really good. So now all we got to do is we're going to go ahead and button up all this packaging right here and make sure it looks all nice and tidy. Moment of truth. Here we go. Screen. Reverse. Yes. Very nice. You guys did fantastic today. What we did is we went and installed a whole new radio unit with a touch screen
Apple CarPlay, Android, and a rear view camera in our 2013 Hyundai Sonata. I hope you guys enjoyed it.